Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Vinland Saga Season 1, Episode 4, called A True Warrior. I'm guessing they're talking about the troll, Thors.
And I think it probably goes deeper than that, in that he doesn't need to kill. He's skilled enough to incapacitate people and knows when to and when not to. Because I think there's a lot of people who could be brutes, but once you're there and you're like the best... Like,
what kind of warrior would you be?
I think I'd be... I think I'd be a dirty fighter.
Adam's thought about this a lot, so this is really allowing me to ask the questions that he's been hoping to answer for his whole life.
That's not true. I think I'm very pragmatic, so I think I'd be stay alive and whatever needs to be done.
You know who I would be?
An elvish wizard.
No, I would, but that's for Freyr and for in this one. I would be the guy standing there making everybody else fight.
Your leaf? Or the leader?
Oh, the leader.
Yeah, but I think he's actually skilled.
Whoa! I never said anything about my skill. He jumped to the conclusion that I wouldn't be. Thank you so much. Okay.
You fight with your words.
I'd be the court jester. Things were spicy last episode. We got, I don't even know his name, the blonde guy. He's gonna get 5 pounds of gold to kill Thors. Thorfinn joined, unbeknownst to anybody.
Hidden in a barrel, had to go to the bathroom, which I thought was a hilarious scene.
Thors, it looks like he single-handedly is going to have to get the group out of this.
I'm very curious how this fight scene goes, because I think this will kind of set the tone for how they do battles, what they look like, all of that. So I'm very curious, because I think this is going to be kind of like an episode that sets the tone for how the rest of it's going to be. So I'm excited to see where we go.
Let's do it. Let's dive in. Our predictions, we threw them out there. We were bold, as always. Probably completely wrong. But we had to say something, you know? So let's get started. Season 1, Episode 4 of Vinland Saga is coming right now. Oof. Like, you guys have weapons. He doesn't even draw anything.
Oh, his nose is broken. No. He threw him an oar.
Like, are you guys not trained at all?
The mushroom's kicking him.
Yep. He reached level mushroom.
Power up.
This is terrifying. He's like, I'll fight my own guys! A berserker mushroom, oh my goodness. That took him 2 punches instead of 1.
This is actually really smart because he's making the rest of them fear him.
さて、もう一隻。
来たぞ。どうしよう、どうしよう、降参。ちきしょう、やったら奴隷にされるくらいなら戦って死ぬ。
いいか、ガキどもは生け捕りだ。傷をつけたら売り値が下がっちまう。
I'm very curious if Thorfinn is in danger if Thors loses his mind and starts killing people.
Like a berserker mushroom consumer. 100% yes.
He's walked away from that life of violence, but I'm curious if the same way his daughter made him want to walk away, his son being in danger will flip that switch.
But there's a whole other ship, and these guys look literally crazy.
Well, I think probably the first ship were the noobs, like the rookies, and then the second ship will be more skilled, and the boss's ship will have the best fighters. So it's gonna get harder.
遊んでやるぜ、僕ちゃんたち。ビョルン。
What about leaping ability of men that size?
トールスさん。
Squirrel.
聞け、お前たちの戦力はすでに半減した。猿がいい。命までは取らぬ。
I don't think I'd laugh if I was that guy.
He's enjoying it. He likes a little bit of crazy.
それ、海賊。お前たちは俺に勝てぬ。やろう。よせ。アシュラッドの合図があるまで撃つな。なんだっつんだよ。こっちは通常取ってんだぜ。何グズグズしてやがんだ。
たまげた男だ。一人で軍船2隻を相手に一歩も引かん。
とっつぁん、俺らも戦おう。
バカだれ。素人が下手に動くな。崖の上に奴らのいでがおるんだぞ。こういうことはあいつが一番離れしとる。
Where are their shields?
でもよ。
わからんのか。こっちはトールズ以外ガキと素人の集まりなんだぞ。
True story.
焦るしかないんだ。
されと言っておとなしく去る連中ではないか。今のところ崖のいては撃ってこない。正面はざっと30。
Find the leader.
一人でやれぬ数ではないが、船の間隔が近い。総出で飛び移ってこられたら混戦は必至だ。俺だけならともかく。
I feel sick. Found you.
貴様が首領か。全能のオーディンの名において貴様に決闘を申し込む。
You can't say
貴様が勝てば
no.
好きにするがいい。俺が勝ったなら速やかに兵を引け。断るというのなら貴様はわずか12人の奴隷を得るためにその3倍の部下を失うことになる。質問してもいいかな。なぜ俺が首領だと思う？匂いだ。さすがだね。いいだろう。この決闘を受けよう。オラフの子アシェラッド、オーディンの名において誓う。
I don't trust him.
みんな、
He's a
戦
snake.
士の方へ下がりなさい。
はい。
いや。
あんたから匂いを感じるんだよ。俺と同じ匂いだ。ヨウムのトロルよ。
俺を知って。不老機か。
Didn't take him long to deduce that.
がいいね。頭のいいやつは好きだよ。
父上、お前みたいなワルと一緒にすんな。
こら、下がってろ。
父上は強いんだ。死んじゃえ海賊。バーカ変な鎧。
元気な砂利だな。あんたの子かい。
アシュラッド、貴様、妻子はいるか？
いや。
Good answer.
そうか。始めよう。
Good answer in the sense that you don't want them to know, but like bad answer because I feel like Thors would show some mercy if he did have a wife and children.
I think he was asking because if he did, he was going to try and persuade him not to fight because of them.
That's kind of what
Oh, okay.
like not the exact words I use, but like
Oh, okay. But not for his sake, for his wife and kids' sake. He knows that he doesn't
yeah,
understand.
because now he is outed as having his son, like which
Yeah.
is terrible.
Yeah.
Because now they can use that as leverage or
Yeah.
like whatever they need to. Or go after the son to get him to do what they want. Which, Thorfinn, I know you're 6, but come on.
Wake up, 6.
But I think duels are like sacred. If
You think this guy cares about sacred duels? I think the troll does, but not.
well, I think in the eyes of his men, if he accepts a duel and then cheats, like you lose all. I think deserting and that are probably the 2 worst things you can do in society. So I think this is somewhat binding from an honor perspective, but we'll see.
He should have just said he had kids. I think saying, like, I'll go back. Him saying that he doesn't have kids is good because, like, I feel like if people know that, then if they're evil, they'll use it against you. But, like,
True.
Thor seems honorable.
Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens.
ずいぶん無造作に間合いを詰めてくる。浅い。
That was a good move, though.
A little distraction.
アシェラットにかなうやつなんざいねえぜ。
かわされた必殺の間合いを。もう奇襲は効かねえだろうな。こんな辺境までわざわざ足を運んだ甲斐があったぜ。なかなかの男がいるじゃねえか。トルツ。
強いな。許せ、アシュラッド。手加減はできん。
会えて嬉しいぜ、トルズ。
Okay, he's got to hit like a truck.
おいおい。
すげえ、一方的だ。
No, I'm
Oh,
worried
he's gonna
something
have- yeah.
dirty is gonna
や
happen.
ばくね、アシュラッド。いや、でも攻撃は全部受け切ってるぜ。
Shut up, kid.
No, stop talking.
しまった。奴の狙いは俺の剣か。これ以上は受けきれねえ。ってことは、奴の剣も。来た。
No.
狙いが読めねえ。剣筋も読めるぜ。来た。大振り。
Now use it against him.
Yes. Oh, That was so sick.
俺が油断して大振りするのを待ってやがった。鼻から剣を折らせるつもりで全部こいつの筋書き通りか。なんてこった。
Finish him. He's gonna do be dirty. No, he's going to take Thorfinn.
I don't.
No, I think, yes, he has him where he wants him, but I think if he doesn't finish him right now, something is going to happen with Thorfinn and he'll have to sacrifice himself anyway.
Maybe, but I don't think it's going to be from this guy. I think he's an absolute ruthless snake. I think there is a respect for how good he is.
So do you think this guy's going to die? Because if he dies, who cares? Do you think they're going to pay whoever the 5 pounds of gold?
Maybe he doesn't die.
I'm not feeling good about this. Even, like,
I think if anything,
Thors needs to finish him right now.
I think if anything, an archer's going to get a twitchy finger.
Oh my gosh.
どうした？やれよ。
その必要はない。降参すると言え。それでいい。
No.
俺は狩猟だぜ。手下の前でそれだけは言えねえな。どうした？やれよ。俺を殺さん限りこの決闘は終わらんぞ。
Yo, you have to do it. This is it. This is the inciting incident.
But I think he made a promise to himself.
I don't care at this point. Like, you need to ask yourself, why are they coming after me? He already deduced, it's flocky, blah, blah, blah. Like, you need to take action here. And you have your son on the board. If your son was not on the boat, then, like, do what you want. But you can't honestly believe that they are going to be like, you're right, you win, bye.
But I think what he's struggling with is he didn't like the person he was when he was killing.
Fine.
I don't
But
think
you know what? Your son can...
I think it's one of those things where it's you do it once and it's hard to come back from. And he's also thinking about setting an example for his son.
I'm aware of all of that. I'm just saying, if he doesn't get rid of him now, he's not going to be around to see his son. Like, he has to know that.
Yeah.
なんだ？何がどうなってる？
アシュラッドが負けた。負けたのか？
認めろ。この決闘は俺の勝ちだ。速やかに兵を引け。
本当に強いな、トールズ。あんたなら一軍の大将も務まるだろう。だがなぜだね。それほどの腕がありながら15年もアイスランドに。もったいないと思わんか？
思わん。こんなものに頼らざるを得んのは俺が未熟だからだ。本当の戦士には剣などいらぬ。
トールズ、あんた俺たちの狩猟にならんか？
It's an elegant
Is this
solution.
sincere?
This is your way out. I know you don't want to.
I'd be looking over my back the whole time.
なんつってね。おいおい、誰も笑わねえな。冗談だよ。
He gave him a chance.
なんだ、冗談。真顔で冗談なんぞ。抜かしてるバカ
No.
どいつも動きな。ガキの首から下がなくなるぜ。剣を捨てろ。早くしやがれ。アシェラット、貴様。
父
上まったく人がいいな。俺らが決闘の作法を守ると思ったが。 ちょこっと遊んでみたまでよ。音に聞こえたヨウムのトロルがどんなもんか、なかなか楽しかったよ。
I feel bad to kill him.
Well, then his son is gonna die.
Nope.
アシェラッド、お前たちは決闘の作法を乱した。この勝負、俺の勝ちだ。
どっちでもいいさ。俺の狙いはあんたの弾だ。
分かってる。
承知した。この決闘はあんたの勝ちだ。
父上。
アシェラット、この勝負、俺の勝ちだ。戦士の約束をたがえるなよ。
分かっている。我が先祖アルトリウスの名にかけて速やかに兵を引こ
う。レイフさん、すまないが頼みがある。俺の首をヨウムの首領シグバルディに届けてくれ。召集を嫌って行方をくらましたと誤解されたら村が報復を受ける。
お前という男は
そこの貴様、望み通り俺の命をくれてやる。今すぐその子を離せ。
父上、父上。
よかった。とりあえず
クソガキめが。今日から命を大事にしてやがれ。トールズに感謝するんだな。てめえらクソガキ100人でも釣りの苦しだ。
And you like killed him for nothing.
You had a really good prediction.
I didn't want it to be right.
No, but you were right. This is gonna be a coming of age revenge anime.
I'm so upset.
I know.
Why are you laughing?
Because I know you're upset.
That is so dirty. Do you think he was actually serious about the question and then when he didn't answer he was like saving face? Or do you think he's actually terrible like that?
I think there was a moment where he would have accepted that. Where, like as a warrior, he's clearly good. He's the best one there. I think if Thors would have said yes right then and there, he would have done it. I think there was a part of him that had that much respect for how he went about that. Because you could see at the end, like he didn't kill the kid who attacked him. And he said, you do this and this and this. But he would have needed him to go against Floki, like to break the contract. I get the feeling that he's like a jaded old guard. like he has those values, but he's also kind of a mercenary, and he's just like lost his way after so long.
父上が死んだ。あんなに強い父上がなんで剣を捨てたんだ。
To protect you.
死に剣はいらないなんてそんなはずないじゃないか。なんで父上が畜生あいつ父上に負けたくせに畜生なんで父上が死んであいつが生きてるんだ。畜生畜生。
こんないい船捨てるなんてあいつらも思い切ったな。トールズがいなけりゃ動かせないんだとよ。やつ一人で5人分漕いでたらしいぜ。へえ。しかしよかったぜ。ちょうど3隻目が欲しいとき。負傷は28名が、死者はいない？一人もがバカな。ちアシュラット、おい船尾に来てくれ。アシュラットだよ。せえな、まったく。
Where are all the other guys?
I don't know.
トールズのガキだ。船底に隠れていやがったな。見ろよ、一丁前に探検なんか持ってるぜ。コルサルル
Haven't you seen Attack on Titan?
He's gonna teach him how to fight.
Is that going to be his form of penance?
お前も殺してやる。絶対に殺してやる。ぶっ殺してやるぞ。殺してやる。
ガキのくせになんて命しやがる。どうするアシュラッド、海に捨てるか。ほっとけ。どうせすぐ死ぬ。
Want it to be true. I didn't want it to be true. You kind of knew it was gonna happen, but that was tough to watch.
That was so hard to watch. I had like a lump in my throat for like 5 minutes. What happened to the other kids on the ship? And Leaf?
He took them home. I don't know how they forgot.
How did they forget Thorfinn?
I don't know. He's apparently very good at hiding on ships.
He said they abandoned the ship. They abandoned the ships.
They abandoned one. They didn't have enough men to row it,
Okay.
both of them, without.
So how do you leave him behind?
I don't know.
Ari, you want to be with Ilva? Bring her brother home. How did that oversight happen?
It's a Home Alone moment.
I'm upset.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Askeladd, I think he regrets his decision.
I would like to think that, but like somebody who's capable of that, I have nothing to say. I don't know. I can't even predict anymore.
But I think he's going to set the kid up, like, in a way where he can survive. I think he's going to feel like he owes him that. Knowing that he's going to want to kill him.
I'm
eventually.
jaded now. I'm like, no, terrible person.
My good opinion once lost is lost forever.
That was so hard to watch, you guys.
I mean, and I will say that hits a little differently being a
hard.
parent now.
Oh, when he ran up to Thors and was hugging, oh my gosh. I can't handle it. These episodes are getting better and better, though. I hate to say it. But if you can get a lump in my throat watching these.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of possibilities. I feel like we have the gist of what this is going to be about, but I feel like the different options are vast.
But it was also interesting, the line he said is, how could father say you are a warrior without a sword? Like, that's gonna stay with him.
I'm like, also don't underestimate a little guy, because Eren in Attack on Titan saved Mikasa when he was little. So
Well,
watch out.
I'm guessing his eyes are probably similar to his dad's eyes when he was in his prime. Like when his dad was crazy, they talked about his eye. Look at the eyes on that kid. And I bet you there's
they said that, but I'm like, what do we know about his dad's eyes?
No, but just that intensity when he was fighting.
Adam's just writing an extra part of
the
story.
You watch. He's gonna find out it was Floki, and Floki is gonna look at him at some point down the road and see his dad in that. Watch. That's gonna happen.
Adam wants to be, what is it called, a mangaka.
I don't know.
A writer.
I'd be terrible at that, but I like deciphering the stories that other people come up with.
Okay. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, very much so. Great.
It's heartbreaking. Wish it didn't happen. Wish I didn't have to see what I saw this episode, but keep it coming. The storyline, not that scenario. But let us know what you're thinking. Did anybody else cry in this episode, or am I the only one?
Has everybody else seen this? Is there anybody out there watching this with us for the first time? I'm curious.
Also, so let us know the answers to those questions and more in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you'd like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Vinland Saga coming next week. Bye!